There are moments in life when everything falls apart, when the things you built crumble, and the people you love drift away. In those moments, you stand between two choices: keep holding on to what's gone, or start walking toward what's next. In a quiet town called Willowbrook, there lived a young man named David Miller. David was known for his drive, a man who built his dream from scratch, fueled by sleepless nights and relentless ambition. For years, everything he touched turned to gold. His business grew, his reputation soared, and people looked at him with admiration. But as life often reminds us, success is fragile. A few bad decisions, a betrayal from a trusted partner, and a storm of debt brought everything crashing down. The empire David had built with his hands began to dissolve before his eyes. The world that once cheered for him now whispered behind his back. And David learned the hardest truth of all: your effort is never wasted, but it doesn't make you invincible. Every morning, he passed his old office building, now owned by someone else. He'd stand there, staring at the doors, hearing echoes of his past, the ringing phones, the laughter of his team, the energy that once filled those walls. But ruins don't rebuild themselves. They only remind you of what's gone. At night, David would scroll through old documents, contracts, and plans, searching for the single mistake that ruined him. But reflection doesn't rewrite the past. It can teach you, but it cannot save you. He told himself he could fix it, that maybe he could start again right where he fell. But deep down, he knew what broke you will never be what heals you. One morning, he saw an older man sweeping in front of a small shop, humming softly, content with his simple life. David paused, wondering, how can someone with so little seem happier than me, who once had so much? And that's when truth whispered, peace isn't found in what you own, but in what you choose to carry. Days turned to weeks. David kept revisiting the same streets, the same cafes, the same corners of the past, until one day, a boy passing by asked him, "Sir, why do you always stand here?" David forced a smile. "This place used to be mine." The boy looked up and said, "If it broke you, why do you keep standing in it?" Those words hit like lightning, simple but true. That night, David couldn't sleep. He realized he was waiting for broken places to heal him, but broken places only hold scars. The next morning, he went to visit Mr. Ellis, an old neighbor known for his wisdom. David sat beside him and confessed, "I failed. I built something I thought would last forever, and it collapsed." Mr. Ellis looked at him and said, "If a glass shatters in your hand, do you keep holding it, hoping it will come back together, or do you let it go before it cuts you deeper?" That's when David finally understood. Holding on to broken things does not save them, it only keeps you bleeding. "But if I let go," David whispered, "what do I have left?" Mr. Ellis smiled. "You have yourself, and that's where rebuilding begins." David started small. He took new roads, avoided the ruins, and helped local shopkeepers with their businesses. His pride told him, "This is beneath you." But humility whispered, "This is where rebirth begins." Slowly, he regained strength. He started journaling again, at first with anger, then with hope. "I am still alive. I still have time. I can try again." And this time, when David built something new, he built it differently, not for fame, not for applause, but with wisdom and purpose. His new business grew quietly, steadily. He no longer chased success, he nurtured it, because now he knew true success serves, not shines. Years later, the town remembered David not for his fall, but for his rise. They told their children, He's the man who fell, but refused to stay down. And one evening, as the sun dipped behind Willowbrook's hills, David stood by his new office window, smiling. His scars no longer hurt, they simply told his story. He whispered softly, "I am not what I lost. I am what I chose to rebuild."